Do you ever wake up in a cold sweat, terrified in the middle of the night? I'm Sarah Thompson, professional homeopath, and I am here to talk to you about how to turn your greatest health struggles into your greatest healing. So I want you to imagine this. It's 2 a.m. and you wake up in that cold sweat. Your heart is racing. You're terrified. You are alone, or you feel like you're alone. You want people around. You're scared. You feel isolated. You're convinced that something awful is about to happen. If this sounds familiar to you, then the homeopathic remedy Arsenicum album might be exactly what you need. And I'm going to show you why your symptoms are your body's way of guiding you to transformation. We're going to talk about the remedy Arsenicum album and how to use it in what feels like an acute state, and then how to think about it in a chronic state, and when you might need a little bit of help. So Arsenicum album is a mineral. It is found in mines, in compounds, and extracted. But in homeopathy, we transform natural substances into healing magic, ready to work with your body's deepest imbalances. So what does Arsenicum album look like in action? Picture someone who's extremely anxious, restless, depleted, someone who might remind you of Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. I remember Mr. Burns, pale, hunched, obsessed with order, but deeply fearful. This remedy is a go-to for acute situations like food poisoning, where you see vomiting, liquid stools, burning sensations, alongside dehydration and a thirst for small sips of water. But it's also a deep chronic remedy, which can address long-standing complaints where anxiety, exhaustion, and fear of death dominate. That's where you're going to want a little bit of help, and I will talk in a minute about what that looks like. But the person that needs this remedy in the acute state is often going to feel cold or clammy, shivering with fever, but also might crave cold air for hot burning inside the head, like all wrapped up, but then this wants cold. So there's this polarity, opposites of hot and cold, that run through the remedy. And Arsenicum album, in its crude state in nature, if you dissolve it in water, it creates a weak acid. And so these things that you might associate with an acidic nature, like a food poisoning, but this burning with chill, it's not a warm fire, it's a cold fire. This acidic nature is in the opposites that you'll see in this remedy. Does that state sound familiar to you? Can you picture that? Have you ever been there? What's fascinating about arsenicum is how, with a homeopathic remedy, we see these things in the body and in the mind. The body mind spirit connection goes all the way through choosing a homeopathic remedy. So you might see these thin, foul discharges, saliva, mucus, stool. We're getting into gross stuff when we're talking about the body sometimes, because it's trying to tell you, I want help to heal. And it's giving this information in ways that you can't ignore anymore. They burn and irritate, and it can be paired with a metallic or sour taste in the mouth. Mentally, there can be this restless anxiety, this fear of being alone, and this conviction of death right around the corner. And this can often peak around 2 or 3 a.m. The person might fidget or pick at things or cling to other people for reassurance, but also pick at them, be frustrating and needy. And they might lose their appetite entirely, or in this classic homeopathic opposite position picture, they might also be ravenously hungry and eat way more than gorge themselves. So these opposites, the hot and cold, the dry and the watery, the restless and the prostrated, these are the key to recognizing arsenicum. And they reflect a nervous system that is in turmoil. So here's the beautiful part, though. Your symptoms, whether it's anxiety, burning pain, exhaustion, this is your body's map to healing. Everything you need is through this door. Arsenicum album doesn't just relieve these symptoms, it helps you understand them. It shows you how your deepest fears and physical struggles are connected. It's like Bilbo in The Hobbit facing that dragon, Smog, and it's this symbol of greed and destruction. But Bilbo's innocence transforms that dark force. Arsenicum transforms this darkness into that place of ease and light. And these tools for healing, when guided by homeopathy's wisdom, help you step into your highest expression of health. So if you resonate with Arsenicum's themes, rest, anxiety, burning sensations, fear of being alone, think about this remedy in an acute moment. If you have those feelings and food poisoning or fever, this might be the $7 solution you need. But when it goes deeper than that, when it's chronic, it's recurring, this is where I want to help you really go through that wall and really get to your highest purpose of existence. That's what healing is all about. So take advantage of the link below to take a simple health questionnaire and get started on what that process of real healing might look like for you. I'm Sarah Thompson, homeopath with Inner Sea Homeopathy, and I look forward to seeing you move into your highest healing and highest purpose of existence. Check out our next video on Arsenicum.